Sometimes it's not about the biggest diamonds or the most expensive gown. Sometimes it's about one perfect piece that tells a story every time you wear it. And for Catherine, Princess of Wales, that piece is a simple pearl necklace that's been quietly making waves for years. The Monica Vinader Nura Pearl necklace has become one of Catherine's most worn accessories. And on November 9th, 2024, when she stepped into the Royal Albert Hall for the Festival of Remembrance, she wore it again, and people noticed. Because by now this isn't just jewelry, it's a signature, it's a choice. And when Catherine makes a choice, especially one she repeats, there's always a reason. Let's talk about what makes this necklace so special. On the surface, it's incredibly simple. A single cultured freshwater pearl, naturally iridescent, hanging from a delicate chain. But here's where it gets interesting. That chain is crafted from recycled 18-karat gold vermeil. Sustainable, ethical, modern. And it's from Monica Vinader, a British brand that's become known for contemporary, accessible luxury. Not a centuries-old royal jeweler, not a French fashion house, a brand that regular people can actually buy from. And that matters. At the Festival of Remembrance, Catherine wore the necklace with a black tailored coat dress by Alexander McQueen, sharp lapels, metallic double-breasted buttons, and a silhouette that meant business. She paired it with black velvet Jimmy Choo heels and carried the Chanel Classic mini flap bag in quilted lambskin. The Collingwood pearl and diamond earrings, once belonging to Princess Diana, added historical weight to the look, but it was the Nura necklace, that single glowing pearl against the dark fabric, that caught everyone's attention. Catherine also wore the insignia of her role as Commodore-in-Chief of the Fleet Air Arm, a brooch featuring pilot wings, a crown, laurel leaves, and an anchor. This wasn't just a fashion moment. This was a military memorial service, one of the most solemn nights on the royal calendar. The Festival of Remembrance marks Catherine's 10th appearance at this event, and over the years you can see how her approach has evolved. She's not trying to stand out. She's trying to honor the occasion while still being herself. And that necklace, understated but present, does exactly that. Now, this wasn't the first time Catherine wore the Nura necklace to a major event. In fact, if you've been paying attention, you've probably seen it more times than you realize. Back in April 2022, she made a rare joint appearance with Princess Anne at the headquarters of the Royal College of Midwives and the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists in London. The two royal patrons met with staff and experts working on initiatives supporting maternity care and high-risk pregnancies, topics Catherine has championed for years. For that appearance, Catherine wore a cream self-portrait midi dress with a blazer-style bodice, notched lapels, structured shoulders, and lace detailing. She carried a blush Emmy London Natasha clutch and wore Gianvito Rossi pumps in a soft bisque shade. Her jewelry included Anuska pearl drops layered over Kiki McDonough hoops. But again, the Nura necklace was the central finishing detail. It added a modern touch to a soft, neutral palette that felt professional without being stuffy. What's fascinating is how versatile this necklace has proven to be. It works with formal tailoring. It works with casual outdoor wear. It works in black, in cream, in red. And that's not easy to pull off. Most jewelry is either too formal or too casual, but this piece somehow fits everywhere, and Catherine knows it. In February 2022, the necklace accompanied Catherine on her solo working visit to Copenhagen. This was a significant trip. She met with Queen Margrethe II and Crown Princess Mary at Amalienborg Palace, and fashion watchers were paying close attention to how she dressed for another royal family's turf. She wore a gray Catherine Walker coat, with black accents layered over a cream roll-neck sweater. Classic, respectful, elegant. The Nura necklace was there, adding just enough personality without overshadowing the formality of a palace meeting. But here's where it gets really interesting. Catherine kept wearing the necklace as she moved through different parts of her visit. She wore it to the Danner Crisis Center, a shelter for women and children escaping domestic violence. She wore it to the Stenerton Forest Kindergarten, where she switched to a practical sealant jacket, slim jeans, and brown Blundstone boots. Think about that for a second. She went from meeting queens in a palace to crouching down with kids in a forest, and the same necklace worked for both. That's not an accident. That's intentional styling. She paired it with simple Maria black earrings to keep the overall look understated, proving that sometimes less really is more. And in a world where royal jewelry is often about showing wealth and status, Catherine was showing something else: consistency, relatability, thoughtfulness. The necklace made its first appearance on that trip a day earlier when Catherine visited the University of Copenhagen's Infant Mental Health Project and the Lego Foundation Play Lab. She chose a red Zara double-breasted blazer over a white blouse, paired with wide-leg black trousers by Roland Mouret. The bright red and crisp white echoed the colors of the Danish flag, a diplomatic nod that didn't go unnoticed, and the Nura necklace offered a softer, elegant counterbalance to the structured, modern silhouette. So why does this matter? Why are we talking so much about one necklace? Because it represents something bigger. Catherine has access to the royal jewelry vault. She could wear tiaras worth millions. She could borrow pieces from Cartier or Van Cleef & Arpels, but instead, she keeps coming back to a sustainable, British-made piece that costs around £250. That's a statement. It says she values craftsmanship over cost. It says she cares about sustainability. It says she's thinking about the message her choices send. And people are noticing. After Catherine wore the Nura necklace to the Festival of Remembrance, Monica Vinader's website saw a huge spike in traffic. The necklace sold out within days. That's the Catherine effect in action. When she wears something repeatedly, people pay attention. They don't just want to copy her style, they want to understand her choices. There's also a generational element to this. The late Queen Elizabeth wore pieces passed down through centuries. Princess Diana mixed high-end with high street, but often leaned into bold statement pieces. Catherine is doing something different. She's building a wardrobe of modern classics, pieces she can wear again and again, without it feeling repetitive or boring. And in a world obsessed with fast fashion and constant newness, that's actually revolutionary. The Nura necklace has become a symbol of Catherine's evolving approach to royal style. It's not about dressing to impress every single time. It's about building a cohesive, sustainable wardrobe that works across contexts. Formal events, charity visits, outdoor activities, the necklace fits into all of it because it's simple, elegant, and meaningful. And let's be honest, it's also just really pretty. That single pearl catches the light beautifully, adding a soft glow to whatever she's wearing. It's feminine without being fussy, luxurious without being flashy. Exactly the balance Catherine strikes in everything she does. The home industry, it all works together. So what does this moment tell us about the future of the monarchy? It tells us that Catherine is ready. She's not waiting in the wings anymore. She's center stage, and she's proving that the royal family can still matter in the 21st century, not because of their titles or their crowns, but because of the work they do and the way they represent their country on the world stage. And let's be real, she looked absolutely incredible doing it. So the next time you see her at a royal event, look closely. Chances are that little pearl necklace will be there, quiet, consistent, telling a story about who Catherine is and what she values. Because in the end, the best style isn't about what's loudest, it's about what lasts. But on that November night, surrounded by veterans and history and expectation, George also knew something else. His mom was right there, and when they left, he held her hand. Because no matter how much he grows up, no matter how many royal duties he takes on, he's still her son, and she's still his mom. That's what had people in tears. Not the pomp or the ceremony, the love. What do you think? Is Catherine's repeated jewelry the mark of smart, sustainable fashion? Or do you prefer royals who constantly debut new pieces? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more breakdowns of royal fashion, the stories behind the outfits, and what it all really means, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, there's so much more to talk about.